morning, lovelies. Hi, happy Tuesday. So today we're going to be focusing on, we're going to do another input, more focused lesson on which was something I taught you on week 3, day 1, which was creating shapes with given perimeter. So I'm going to do all of them today. I'm going to do creating shapes when you're given the perimeter and when you're given the area, and the last one when you're given both. So we'll do step by step so it's not overwhelming. Okay, so first step, so this is week 3, day 1 video. If you want to look at that video, if that's the video you were confused on, this is where you should be. Okay, so creating shapes when given perimeter. So let's say, and I'll just do a quick recap, although I shouldn't have to, but by now I'm sure all of us understand that if I'm given a shape, oops, my marker, oh, there we go. If I'm given a shape, and let's say this is 4 meters and this is 9 meters. To find perimeter, so I've been given the sides, right? I've been given the lengths. I don't know what the perimeter is, so I have to find the perimeter. This is, and I'll just say this is review. Okay? Usually I'm looking for the perimeter. So then I have to say, okay, 9 and I have 4, so I know that my equation for perimeter is equal to side plus side plus side plus side. In this case, it happens to be 9 plus 9 plus 4 plus 4. I think there were still 1 or 2 students that on the math quiz from yesterday or the day before were doing just 9 plus 4. Remember, perimeter is all 4 sides. You can never just be adding 2 numbers. It has to be 9 plus 9, so 18, plus 4, 22, plus 4, 26. So 26 meters. Okay, just a quick review. Now, so today's lesson, so this is just what you did like day 1, okay? Now we're saying, what if I don't know what the perimeter is? Sorry, I don't know what the lengths are, okay? So normally we're given the lengths and you find perimeter. What if I switched it? I gave you the perimeter and I want you to find out the length. So for example, so I'll do a few examples. Example 1. What if I told you, here's a shape, okay? Again, and I'll keep the same shape so it always can be standard for you. I've given you a shape. I don't know what the length and the width is. I don't know what the sides are, but you do know that perimeter is equal to, and let's do an easy one first. Let's just say I know the perimeter is equal to 4 meters. Okay, but I don't know this, so now we're just flipping it. So your job is to use the same idea that we had before. So you're going to think, okay, what could be on all these 4 sides that equal 4? That's what you're thinking in your think bubble, and I say this to my kids all the time, my think bubble. What am I thinking in my mind? My mind should be thinking right now, perimeter means all sides added together equal 4. So what 4 numbers, if I add them, will give me 4? And if I'm writing it as an equation, so your mind is basically doing this. Your mind is saying, okay, P is equal to something plus something plus something, like so side plus side plus side plus side. I don't know any of these, but I know 4 has to be equal to these 4 numbers, right? Whatever they happen to be. So what 4 numbers, if I add them, will equal 4? And for this question, there's only one possible answer. So something plus something plus something plus something is equal to 4. What is that? Hopefully you're saying 1, right? That is the only number, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that if I add it, will equal 4. There's no other number. If I put 2 here, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, that's not 4, right? If I try it, so 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, right? That's 8. That is wrong, right? If I did 3 plus 3, we know we has to equal 4, so we know that is correct. So we know that this is 1 meter, this is 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, right? So we're using our equation for perimeter help us find the sides, but it's just reversed. Okay, let's do another one. Example 2. We'll do maybe 2 or 3. The perimeter, an area, I think it's easy, but it's when you put them together, it becomes a little bit tricky. So again, I'll put the same shape so we don't think that it's going to be different based on how it looks. Now let me say, perimeter, I don't know what the sides are, but I do know perimeter is equal to 20 meters. Okay, now your thought bubble, in your mind, you should be thinking, what 4 numbers do I add that will equal 20? Now, don't forget that these two have to be the same and these two have to be the same. You can't just change it. It can't be 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 9, right? So let me just give an example. It cannot be, so you can't say P is equal to 6 plus 5 plus 3 plus 6. Because this does equal 20. This does equal 20. But that is incorrect, and I'll put a big X over it. That does equal 20, but it's wrong because we know in a rectangle, these two sides have to be the same. These two sides have to be the same. So don't think I'm putting any 4 numbers. 2 numbers have to be the same. 2 numbers have to be the same. So sometimes it's easier if kids do this, and you can do this if it helps you. Perimeter is equal to L, so length, plus width, plus width. So you know these two have to be the same, these two have to be the same. So now let's try plugging some numbers in. So I know 20, everything here has to equal 20, right? Something plus something plus something plus something has to equal 20. What are those possibilities? Now, there's no really tricks to this. You're just plugging in numbers. So plug in any number that you know will equal 20. So I'm going to start with, and sometimes it's good to start small. Okay, so I'm going to start with 1. Okay, so let me see if I put 1 plus 1. Okay, so I'm already at 2. Now what other, so if this is 1 and 1, what do the other two sides have to be? Just think, and here you're just doing like a puzzle. Put any numbers in that will equal 20. If I put, let's say, if I put 8, I'm just going to do anything, 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17, plus 1 is 18. No, okay, this is wrong. Let's keep going. 20 is equal to, and I want to stick with 1 plus 1. Plus what? So we were at 18. What number can I add so that it equals 20? It should be 9, correct? So 9 plus 9 is 18. Plus 1 is 19, plus 1 is 20. Excellent, that is correct. So one option would be, this might be 1, this might be 9, 1 and 9. That's one option. What else? So maybe pause the video, try doing one on your own, because there's a few more. What else will I add will equal 20? Let's try. And sometimes as soon as you get 1, so as soon as we've got 1, stay close to these numbers. Okay, now don't jump to 40, or don't jump to 19, no, stay close to 1. So usually, okay, let's do 2 now. So 20 hopefully is equal to, let's say 2 plus 2. So I've already got these two sides, 2 plus 2. Now I'm already at 4. So I have 16 left. What can I put in each side? Because it has to be 2. So something plus something. What else can it be? So 2 plus 2, I'm already at 4. And I need to get to all the way to 20. What could it be? 8 plus 8. Excellent. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 2 is 18, plus 2 is 20. So that is correct. Again, these strategies, this isn't anything new. You just need to know addition. Some of us, unfortunately, still are not efficient or proficient in our addition. You should be able to go, okay, my addition facts, your mental math needs to be sharp. Some of us need to review our mental math, okay? Let's just do one more. There's a few more, but let's just do one more. Let's just say 3 plus 3. So I'm already at 6. What could I be? So think of it this way. Another strategy you might want to think, okay, I'm already at 6, right? I'm already at 6, and so the rest of it, right? How much more do I need to get to 20? How much do I need to get to 20? I am at 6. I need to end up at 20. What more do I need to add? What are you thinking? 14, right? So these two numbers have to equal 14. So these two equal 6. These two have to equal 14. So what two numbers, which are the same numbers, remember, equal 14? 7 plus 7. There we go. And that is 20. So there's many different strategies doing it. You don't have to do it this way. You don't even have to label it out. Sometimes most of us should be at a place where our mental math is like this. Okay? Let's do one more, and then we'll move on to area. So we're still just finishing perimeter. Let's do example 3. And then we'll just do 1 or 2. Okay, let's do, if I am given the perimeter, so again, I don't know. I know these two are the same, these two are the same, but I don't know what the sides are, but I do know that my perimeter is equal to 16 meters. So again, I want you to write this down. Plus width, plus width. I want you to write this down, pause the video, and I want you to give me two options. That when I add the 4 together, it will give me 16. What can it be? Pause the video, do it on your own. And then now let's try doing it let's do it together. So I know I needs to equal 16. So what 4 numbers will I add so that it equals 16? So again, like I said, always start small, right? Always start at 1. It's a good place to start. 1 plus 1. So I'm already at 2. What 2 numbers can I add that will get me to 16? Hopefully you're seeing 7. Let's look at that. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, and I know, remember, strategy is if I stay close to these numbers. So if I'm at 1, let me just go to 2. Don't jump big numbers, just stay close. 1 plus 1, so now I'm going to do 2 plus 2. Okay, and that strategy I used earlier, let's try that strategy. 2 plus 2, I'm already at 4. I need to get to 16. How much does this need to be together? So something plus something needs to equal what? 12, right? Because we know 4 plus 12 is 16. What 2 numbers add to give you 12? 6. So many different strategies. Whatever strategy works for you, use that. Okay, that is when you're given the perimeter. Okay, that was week 3, day 1 video. Now let's do it if you're creating shapes and you're given the area. And this one's easy, so this one will be really quick because this is your multiplication facts. Again, super easy for students who know their multiplication. So I'll just quickly write this so you have a heading. Creating shapes, and I apologize if it's a little messy. I'm just trying to make these videos as short as I can. Given area. And this was week, if you want for your reference, if you do want to go back and look at the video, which is always welcome, week 2, I think it was day 2. Yes, it was day 2. Okay. Okay, now let's say, again, let me just quickly review. And this should be, you should be thinking, oh my gosh, Ms. Navish, we know the area. If I've given you a rectangle, and I've given you, let's say, 3 and 5 meters, 3 meters, how would I calculate area? Super easy. We know area is always equal to length times width. Okay, what is my length? So we know these two are the same. These two are the same. What is my length? 5 meters times 3 meters. So 5 times 3, 15 meters squared. That is very, very old. This should be very obvious to you. You should be thinking, yep, I know that. Let's go. Okay, now we're going to just switch it. I don't know the lengths, but I do have the area. So example 1. Again, let's draw a shape. I've been given this shape. These two have to be the same. These two have to be the same. I don't know what they are, but I know for a fact that my area, let's say my area is 30 meters squared. Okay? This is always very easy. Area is very easy. All you're going to do is think of any 2 numbers that multiply to equal 30. So you just think of something times something is equal to 30. What numbers multiplied together equal 30? Anything. Think of all of them. Think of them right now while I write these down because I think there's at least 3 or 4. What 2 numbers multiplied will give you 30? This one is easy. So first one, again, like I said, a good strategy, and I do it too. Start small. 1, and this will be the case for everything. 1 times itself is always 30, right? So 1 times 30. So that's one possibility. That maybe this is 1 centimeter or 1 meter, and this is 30 meter. Okay, that could be one. What's another one? What other 2 numbers multiply together to be 30? I almost gave it away. 2 times 15. Excellent. What's another one? And again, go down the list. 3. 3 times maybe. Sometimes it doesn't work, but 3. 3 times anything equal 30? Good. 3 times 10. What's one more? Is there anything for 4? Does 4 times anything equal 30? No, right? No. But does 5 times something equal 30? Right? 5 times 6 equal 30. So there are 4 possibilities, 4 options. So the area is always easier if you remember your multiplication facts. Any 2 numbers multiplied to give me this. Any 2 numbers that will give me the area. Let's do one more because this is easy. And then we'll do the trickier one. So example 2. You've been given a rectangle. You don't know the lengths, but you do know the area. Let's do this time. It's 56 meters squared. Again, all you're thinking is what 2 numbers, when I multiply them, will equal 56. So I want you to do in your mind right now. Something times something is equal to 56. And again, I think there's 4. 56. Something times something is 56. Something times something is equal to 56. What are those 2 numbers? When I multiply them, think of all your multiplication facts. So again, first one, always start at 1. So we know 1 times 56 is obviously 56. Then go down the list. See if there's anything. 2, and there is. 2 times what is 56? 2 times 28 is 56. Okay. 3, and there's nothing for 3. What about 4? 4 times what is 56? 4 times 14. And one more, which one you should have probably been your second one. 7 times 8 is 56. So these are all correct. Any 2 numbers multiply to give you the area because we know the area is length times width. Now, let's do when you're given both. So given, and I'll write it here, given both. And this is sometimes you're just putting all your knowledge together, right? So now let's say I have given you a rectangle. Okay. Again, I don't know the size, but I know 2 things now, not just one thing. I know that perimeter is equal to 28 and area is equal to 24. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put my units. Okay. What could this be? And for these questions, there's only one answer. So do you know how when we did the other perimeter area, there's always 1, 2, 3, 4. There's usually 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 options. For these answers, there's usually only one final answer, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So let's just do this. So I've told you that when I add all the sides together, it has to equal 28, nothing else. And when I multiply these 2, it has to equal 24. So strategy for you is to always start with area. So put perimeter away for a moment. Start with area. That would be my first strategy. So just put perimeter away. Let's look at area. Now, think of all the different ways you can multiply 2 numbers to equal 24. Do it like that. Think of all that. So put perimeter away for a second. Pretend it's not here. Do what we just did. What are all the ways that we can get 24? I think there's 4, right? Okay, think of all the ways that we can equal 24. Again, let's go down the list. I'll use black. So 1 times 24. Good. What else? What 2 numbers equal? 2 times 12. 3 times 8. And then 4 times what? 6. Okay, these are all the different answers, possible answers for this question. But not all of them are going to be right because, let's see why. Now, remember perimeter means you're adding all the sides. And if these are my sides, that means that when I add these 2 4 times, that it should equal 28. So what does Miss Mavish mean about that? Let me show you. Say if the sides are 24 and 1, that means 1 plus 1 plus 24 plus 24 equals what? And it has to equal 28. Let's try this one. 2 plus 2 plus 12 plus 12 is equal to something. 3 plus 3 plus 8 plus 8. And then 4 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6. Do you see how I got that? Because I know the length and width is 1 and 24. So this is 24 and this is 1. And if this is 24, we know this is 24. And if this is 1, we know this is 1, right? So we're just taking our knowledge of area I'm trying to figure out perimeter. Then you're just adding and you're going to see which one equals 28. Because right now, any of these are possible answers because these are all correct. Now, only one of these will be ding, 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 28. Okay, let's find out what it is. So let's do this one. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, unfortunately, it's not 28, it's 20. So we know this is not it. Cross. Okay, 8 plus 8, 16, plus 3, 19, plus 3 again is 22. Also not it. Let's do this one. 2 plus 2, 12 plus 12. It's always better to start with a bigger number. 12 plus 12 is 24. Plus 2 is 26. Plus 2 is 28. That is your answer. Let's just double check this. 24, we know this is not right? Because we're already at 48. This is 50, so this is also incorrect. So that tells me this is my answer. Because that is when the area is 24, check, and perimeter is 28, check. That means my units need to be, for my rectangle, need to be 12 meter and 2 meter. And we could double check, right? 12 times 2, 24. 12 plus 12 plus 2 plus 2 is 28. That is the final answer. So these were all options, and there's always one final answer. So it's 12 and 2. And it's a similar question to your study guide. Let's do one more together, and then we're done for today's review. Let's do, so again, we've been given both information. We've been given a rectangle. I don't know what the units are or the length is, but I know that these two are the same and these two are the same. But I am given, we can say perimeter is equal to 14. And let's say area, I've given you area is 10. Okay, again, like I said last time, step 1, always forget about perimeter for now. Start with area first. So I want you to do this first. Think of all the numbers that if I multiply them, they will equal 10. So pause the video or just do it with me now. What two numbers multiplied equal 10? So we've got 1 times 10, right? And what's one more? 2 times 5. Okay, now we need to find out when we add them, which one will equal 14. So this one would be 1 plus 1 plus 10 plus 10. And this one would be 2 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5. So which one of these equals? So 10 plus 10 is 20 plus 1 is 22. So no, we know that's not right. So hopefully this one is correct. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 2 again is 14. So this is your answer. Therefore, my rectangle would be 5 meters and 2 meters because the area is 10, right? 5 times 2 is 10. And when I add them all around, it's going to be 5 plus 5, 10 plus 2, 12 plus 2, 14. So that one is the correct one. Okay? That's your review for today. There are a lot of questions like this there's actually 4 or 5 questions like this on the study guide. So wonderful review. I've put some extra review in the folder. If you're not doing that extra review, then you're just working on your study guide today. Okay? Have a lovely day. Bye, lovelies.